Yo, what's going on, everyone? Serving our D. Ramont, go how your kingdom of heaven is at hand. You know, one thing that I don't understand, man, is we as a people, why we still complaining, why we are so bent out of shape. Every time we see what Trump does, there we go, complaining, oh, he this, oh, you should have voted for Kamala, this, that. I talked to a relative, and that's their state of mind. It's like we would have done better with Kamala. I'm telling you one thing, man. I don't give a damn about no Kamala. I don't give a damn about no President Trump. My trust is in the Most High and Him alone. I don't trust in Christianity, and I grew up in Christianity. My father, the great Bishop Arthur C. Coleman, a sound preacher, preached holiness. He stood on what was given to us at that time. The scriptures say knowledge shall increase. And we in that time now, knowledge has increased. We see things from a broader perspective. Our world is more vivid. We see clearly and we understand much better than we did back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And even prior to that time, 50s, 40s, 30s, 20s, the 1800s, 1700s, 1600s. Time has progressed and we have gained knowledge. So we can't still operate and function like we did when we were in the 80s, having service, having a good time. It's a different world that we in now. And we have to progress. That's why I can no longer endorse Christianity. Christianity was given to us, and it was given to us to maintain supremacy of the powers that developed it, kept us docile and kept them on top. That time is done. And so people, they still have that mentality, that Jim Crow mentality. I won't call it slave mentality, but the Jim Crow mentality. They still thinking about how to deal with the issues that we have gone through. They trying to deal with it from a docile perspective, man. And that day is done. Let me tell you something, brothers and sisters. Dues have been paid. We paid our dues. We as a people. All this fretting and clamoring and being overly anxious and excited and annoyed, all bothered by the current state of what's going on in these United States. Can't you see that the infrastructure is being torn down? Can't y'all see that, man? Y'all need to wake up. I was talking to relatives and they talking about, ICE running here and there and doing this, that, and the third, raiding people, sending them back. And then and one of them said, we next. I was like, what? What kind of statement is that? We're next. We were first. We paid our dues. We've been through the greatest atrocity known to man, dude. All the sacrifices that we had to endure. When you look at Isaiah, when it says, the 53rd chapter of Isaiah, when it says he has no form of comeliness, that was talking about us too. We had no form of comeliness. Paraded around in the nude, hung, burned alive. That was great tribulation. Ain't no great tribulation coming after no rapture, y'all. It's time for y'all to wake up to these lies that were told. Growing up, I saw this Caucasian image in the clouds. That was indoctrination, and that was programming of the mind. We're in a different era, man. We're in a different world. When you look at Matthew, the 28th chapter, when it say, lo, I will be with you always, even until the end of the age. It's talking about the end of that rule. This rule that we have grown so accustomed to is being fragmented, is being torn apart. is being dismantled. This is why we going through all these changes, man. But one thing we need to understand is dues been paid. We paid our dues, brothers and sisters. I'm telling you. The difficulties that we went through, the strenuous activities of strain and trying to survive, the back-breaking labor, the loathsome hatred and resentment and animosity that we had to endure, the antagonism that we had to persevere through. All nations, brothers and sisters, formed a coalition. It came in off of our backs and prospered, as the scriptures say, fared sumptuously. They prospered. They went above and beyond off our backs. Do you think all that was done for naught? To make a blanket, empty, stepping, fetch it, cornbread, porch dancing, foot shuffling, buck dancing, bojangling statement as we're next. It's time for us to come up out of that foolish mindset, brothers and sisters. We ain't next. We were first. The next that should be expressed is we're next to be brought to the paramount of existence. That's where we headed, brothers and sisters. We not going back down to degradation. We being uplifted by the Most High. So we must understand the scripture that says, stand still and see the salvation of Yah. Moses, let me read it real quick, because this is very important. Exodus, the 14th chapter. And I'm going to start at the 10th verse. And when Pharaoh drew near, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptian marched after them. So they were afraid, and that's understandable. And the children of Israel cried unto Yahuwah. Okay. They said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, have you taken us away to die in the wilderness? See, that's the same behavior we got now. All the stuff that they experience, all of the miracles that the Most High have shown them that he's with them. It's the same today. People see the Trump say something. He called our children, say some of our children was born to be criminals. Don't you know he's pushing a button? He's turning on a switch. He's trying to trigger us. He pulling that trigger to try to get us all revved up, because they need for us to just be out there wilding out. But let's read on, because what Moses told that generation today, he's saying it to us today. Then they said to Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, have ye taken us away to die in the wilderness? Why have you so dealt with us to bring us up out of Egypt? Is this not the word that we told you in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? It's the same today. Oh, we need Kamala. You got grown men putting their trust, instead of standing on business that the Most High has equipped you from what we've been through. Instead of standing on that, standing on the ancestors. And don't look at me crazy when I say ancestors, because Paul wrote in Hebrews, seeing that we are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses. What you think that is talking about? That what is that referring to? It's talking about the ancestors. Instead of standing on what the foundation that they laid with their perseverance, the foundation that they laid when they withstood and held their ground, even to death. We're going to make a blanket statement and look to some silly woman that cackled all the time and looked at her. Oh, no, man, I can't go out like that, partner. I'm telling you that right now. The ancestors, they stood on business and they made it simple for us to do. But let me finish this because this is taking longer than what I wanted. It's going further than what I desired. Let's look at verse 12, chapter 14 of Exodus. It says, is this not the word that we told you in Egypt, saying, let us alone that we may serve the Egyptians? Man, that's, oh my goodness. That's us today, man. That's a lot of us today. So afraid to go through any form of struggle. But let us read on. For it would have been better for us to serve the Egyptian than that we should die in the wilderness. It was better for us to put our trust in Kamala than what Trump is doing. And Trump ain't even dealing with us yet. Yeah, some of us are feeling the effects, the blows, that the impact that the other nations. We got the other nations. They got to pay their dues. We paid ours. It's time for the other nations to pay theirs. You understand what I'm saying? They came together in confederations, brothers and sisters. They pooled together and they formed an alliance. They organized together. And this way you have every other nation. I don't care. You could be talking about the Nigerians, the Arab, the East Asians, the Filipinos, the Koreans, the people from Ghana, people from various parts of Africa, people from all different areas of Europe, the people over in Ireland, the people in Poland, people everywhere, even the whole children of Israel, they cosplayed as us. The whole world prospered. But guess what? Them posing and shining and reaping the benefits from our chastisement, from the sacrifices that we had to make, it served us a notice that our dues have been paid. The dues been paid, man. So stand still. What I mean by stand still, be steadfast. Withstand. Be resolute in your mind and determine that you going to trust the Most High no matter what these people do, because all Trump is doing, he's trying to trigger you. He needs your energy. He needs you to get out there and start rallying. He needs some type of George Floyd or some type of Trayvon Martin type of event. No, man, we did it. Been there, done that. Now it's time to stand still because we paid our dues. And trust me, brothers and sisters, if you remain firm, now you don't back down, just uphold the noble legacy of what the people that went before us established today. And I guarantee you, like I said in the last video, I guarantee you that the Most High will allow the universe to fall in line. But let me finish. I didn't even finish this. Let's go to verse 13. And the last part of verse 12, it says, for it would have been better for us to serve the Egyptian than that we should die in the wilderness. Verse 13, and Moshe and Moses said to the people, do not be afraid. This is what I'm telling you now. Do not be afraid. But what did he say? Stand still. Be steadfast. Stand still. Withstand all this fear mongering that's going through your head. Withstand that. Be of good courage. Stand still. Hold your ground. Be resolute on what you have witnessed in the past. To look at Trump and think that he just gonna just break us all down. You think Trump is that powerful that he's gonna break down and put us lower than what we have gone through for over 500 years? Really? Is your trust in the Most High that shallow? That you see some late 70, early 80-year-old man think he just gonna just undo everything that the Most High took us through? Most High gave us a stamp of approval, and that stamp said dues paid, and you think this man is going to undo everything? There isn't enough time for him, even if he had 3 lives. It took time for us to be brought up to this status to where our dues have been paid. Verse 13. Moses said to the people, do not be afraid, stand still and see the salvation. Stand still. Maintain your position. I know y'all scared. That's natural. It's normal. But maintain the position. You may be shaken. Maintain the position. I guarantee you, if we as a people maintain that position, the force of all creation would get behind us. Maintain your position. Because they want us to get involved. They want us to fret. They want us to be out there in panic mode, howling, clamoring, spitting, farting, pissing on ourselves. Oh, man. Dues have been paid. We paid our dues. Act like it. Stand. That's all the Most High asking you to do. Stand still. They don't want you to stand still. They want you to be in panic mode, running around like some scalded dogs, howling over some bull-ish. Man, damn all that. Verse 13 again. And Moses said to the people, do not be afraid. Stand still and see the salvation. When you talk about salvation, you talking about warfare. It ain't just, oh, I'm saved and do a buck dance and speak at tongue, atmashacha, and all that stuff they doing in church. And man, ain't nobody thinking about that bull crap. We have moved on. Church age is over. It's time for us as people to rise up to what the Most High created us to be. Depending on pastor to give you a word, and he ain't even giving you no word. Most of the preachers have peeped into this teaching that have been brought out in the Hebraic perspective, and they trying to switch their message because their message that they've been preaching and teaching in the past is irrelevant. Understand. Hold your ground. Uphold the noble legacy that the Most High has endowed on us through what we have been through, because we paid our dues. Dues have been paid. Peace.